Well, good morning, everyone. It's still dark here. It's about 10 after 6 a.m. my time. Just went through Dutch Brothers Coffee, got my coffee, and wanted to share just a little bit of that experience. And this is something that I've been praying about off and on, because I go through this one particular location every morning as I am getting out to drive, to have my caffeine. And so I've been going there for a good couple of months now, and their coffee is just phenomenal. Their coffee is just very, very good. And as I have been going there, I've had a chance to get to know some of the workers. And of course, I usually go first thing in the morning, but then there's other times I've gone in the afternoon. So I've gotten to know quite a few of them, and they're usually pretty young. I would say all of the workers are like either like maybe high schoolers, like maybe seniors, or early 20s. And I'm not real good at names, but I remember faces very well. And there's this one young girl that I've been talking to the past couple of times I've gone through, and they all know that I'm a rideshare driver, that I drive for Uber and Lyft, and they got me hooked up with, two of my favorite drinks that I kind of alternate between. And there's been several times on my tablet, usually when I'm still in my driveway at my house, I get everything ready, and I usually always start off listening to a Bible teaching. And there's been several times, because they're all really, really talkative. That's the one thing. At first, it kind of annoyed me, because sometimes I don't like talking, and especially when I haven't had my coffee for the morning. But they're very inquisitive. When I was first starting to go there, just part of, I guess, their job, while they're, the other workers in the back, they're preparing your drink, you drive right up to the window, and there's one person that's always there, that's talking to you, and they generally ask you and want to know how you are, hey, what are you getting ready to do? And so every morning I'm like, I'm getting ready to go to work, and they're like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a rideshare driver. I drive for Uber and Lyft. And so then they'll ask me a little bit about that. Well, now they know me. And this one little girl, she, and I don't remember telling her my name, but she remembered my name. She's like, oh, Wendy, hi, and she was wanting to start doing DoorDash. And so I really encouraged her not to be afraid, not to feel intimidated. I did tell her, your first day is probably going to be the most nerve-wracking. And so I just really, really encouraged her. And so she was there this morning. And I'm like, oh, did you start? And she's like, yeah, I did it for a little bit. And you were right. It was a little bit nerve-wracking the first day. And I said, the first day is usually always the worst, but you will find it's so much easier. And then another girl that I recognized came up, because then she heard, that I am an Uber and Lyft driver, and that I only deal with passengers. I haven't done the food delivery end of this gig market, basically. And she's like, oh, well, I want to talk to you about that. And so another girl was, making my coffee. And so I was just talking with her a little bit about that, because she said, she just got a new car, and that she was afraid, because she's a small person, with having, strangers in the car. And I just said that I'm small too. I'm only 5'2", and she's like, oh, well, we're the same size. And because I'm always praying when I go through there, Lord, use me as a witness. Help me be able to witness for Jesus. And so I had my open door, and I told her honestly, because I do this. And I said, another thing that I do is I said, every day I always pray, Lord, keep me safe when I'm on the road, and keep my passengers safe when they're in the car with me. And so just those little things as a rideshare driver for Jesus makes all the difference. Because then there's been other times I was starting to talk about, when I pull up on my tablet, the Christian teachings that I'm listening to, and it's usually from those that I'm subscribed to. And I'm very, very particular about who I subscribe to and who I trust to, read scripture to me and, talk and stuff. And so there's been several times now, it's been up because, I have it just kind of, like sideways like this, sitting on the seat next to me, and I'm just listening to it as I'm driving. When I get a passenger, I do pause it, and then I put on, K-Love or my Christian PlayStation that I've got set up. But I'm usually always starting off my day with, Christian teaching, whether it's from Brother Ted or Brother Merle or Brother Bill, or, maybe I'm listening to a hangout that I've been on Bill's channel. So I'm always listening to that. And there has been several times now, the girl in the window that's talking to me, or whoever is talking to me, they see what's on my tablet and they ask me about it. They're like, oh, what are you watching? And I say, oh, just a Christian teaching, and one girl one time asked, because she could see that there wasn't very many views on there. And she's like, oh, well, how do you find them when there's not that many views? And I said something to the effect of, oh, these are people that I'm subscribed to. And she's like, oh, is that like your pastor? And honestly, I think it was possibly on Merle's channel that particular day. And I was like, honestly, yes, because even though I don't go to a brick and mortar like church building, I consider people like Ted, Merle, Bill, Afshin as like pastor type influences in my life. Okay. And so I could honestly answer, yeah, I know these people. These are, close personal friends of mine. And then she was able to start talking a little bit about, like the church she went to. And so there's definitely prayers being answered, because as I'm going through, I see people of all walks of life. Okay. People that, I cannot condemn. All I can do is show the love of Jesus Christ, who maybe choose a different lifestyle. There's quite a few of them that choose a different lifestyle than what I and my husband, hint, live, okay? But I show the love of Jesus Christ to them. I don't condemn them. I don't say, well, the Bible says, I just try to be Jesus Christ to everyone that I come in contact with. And I'm watching the recent one that Brother Ted just did on the fat of rams. Then I'm going to watch the one that Merle uploaded, part 5, about being a Christian witness. And yeah, you have no idea what even just a smile on your face to somebody you meet that you probably honestly will never come in contact with again, unless it's a situation like this where I'm going to the same coffee house every day, day in, day out. And so as I'm praying, Lord, give me little tidbits, give me little little openings where seeds can be planted, because as I'm building a rapport with these young men and young women, I just want God to use me. I want, when that rapport is built, and they see that I'm a genuine person. Yeah, by now they know she's a Christian. And I just want God to use me. Because about a year ago is when I was so grieved in my heart because of our financial situation in our home that I did up my whole resume. I thought, I'm going to go right back into being a travel agent, because I did that for 8 years. I was really good at it. I had some friends help me creating a new resume and getting all of that ready. And I went to the online places like Indeed.com. I even had a few job interviews at travel agencies. And I also prayed very specifically, God, if you don't want me working at any place, you keep that door shut. You only open the door of where you want me to be. And although my thinking was I'm going to be back in the travel industry, in some area of the travel industry, I did leave it open that, maybe God would open the door some other area. I left it totally in God's hands. And I tried not to get impatient, even though there, were a few months that, no job offers are coming in, even though I'm going in for interviews. And yeah, things are getting really, really tight at home with our financial situation. And then January of this year, my husband told me I'm going to start being an Uber and Lyft driver. And I had thought about doing it, and I thought, there's no way I can do it. My husband won't let me do it. He's not going to want me to have strangers in the car. And the whole mindset of, you don't pick up strangers, you don't pick up hitchhikers. That was in my mind, and I just automatically dismissed it as, well, I can't do that. It's not safe. Well, when I told my husband that I had already been, kind of considering it, but I didn't think he'd let me do it, he was like, well, why if we do it together? And that's exactly what we did. Middle of February this year, we started with Lyft, and we drove just for Lyft for about 2 months. And then there was too much downtime in every, channel that we've listened to that, is just for ride sharing, giving helpful tips for drivers, for the newbies like we were, said you got to drive for both. And even do the other gigs like DoorDash and Postmates and some of the other ones, which I haven't done that yet. I only drive with passengers. But many people do all of these, because it just maximizes your income potential. And so God answered my prayer. I can now support my family. I can now provide for my family like I should. My husband is out there driving, supporting his family like he should. And we're each other's motivation. I tell him quite frequently, as of recently, that he is my motivation. The mornings when I don't feel like getting up and getting around to go drive, he's getting up because I set the alarm. When I get up, he's getting up, or if he wakes up a little bit early, I usually wake up. I get up, go sit at the computer for a little bit. I'm waking up, checking emails and stuff. But I told him I'm not going to have him be out there driving, because it's hard work. It's easy, but it's hard because you have to be so attentive to the road and everything and everyone around you. And you're in the car for long hours at a time. I told him, I'm not going to let you be out there driving and me not be out there with you. He's my motivation. I'm his motivation. And so God has absolutely answered my prayer for my family's financial situation. And no, I'm not like rich or anything doing this, but it sure has taken the burden off of us. You know, the things that we struggled so hard on, we're not struggling to that degree. I mean, yeah, things are still a little tight. We have to be very careful with our money and everything, but God's blessed this, and I know this is where God wanted me to be. He answered my prayer that yes, you need to have a job. You need to be able to help support your family. Of course, back a year ago, I had no idea that this would be where God opened the door. And since I started rideshare driving, I'm also distributing Saved magazine, you know, and I need to be a little bit better. I've kind of slacked on it a little bit, but like when I have to stop throughout the day, you know, use the restroom or something, I need to take those magazines in and leave them in the restroom. And so God absolutely is using me as being a rideshare driver for Jesus. That's, you know, I'm ride sharing for Jesus, because he's going to use you wherever you are. Even if you're flipping burgers at McDonald's or Burger King, he's going to use you where you are. And as your fellow employees or your customers start building a rapport with you, like I am with these, you know, gals and gents at Dutch Brothers Coffee, then he's going to open the door for me to be able to share more and more of my faith. And as I was driving away, it made me feel good inside, because I overheard the one girl that I helped encourage to do the Postmates. She said something like, oh, I really like her. She's so nice. You know, she's so nice. You know, and that's, yeah, I'm going to proclaim truth. Always I'm going to proclaim truth. I will never back down from proclaiming truth. But I'm really, really doing a lot of self-examination as far as how I proclaim the truth, you know, and that's why, you know, this morning I did more of my channel cleanup. I've now deleted probably half of my video content, and I'm not done. I'm almost done. Then I've got to still go back through and see if I've overlooked anything, because God's just, he's leading me in another direction, and I've already talked about what that direction is. But for now, I still have to drive. I still have to work. I still have to help my husband support our family. And so this was just really, really encouraging this morning. And I wanted to encourage all of you that wherever God has you at, he has you there for a reason. And I'm just thinking about the will of God from Pastor Richie that I've been listening to for the past few days. I mean, yes, you do need to know what the geographical will of God is for your life and all of that. But when you're in his will, he's going to open the doors for you to be able to witness to others and proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so I was able to do that a little bit by saying, you know, another thing that I do is every day I'm praying, Lord, keep me safe. You know, don't let me get tired when I'm having to drive long periods of time. He protects me. And that's what I shared with this young girl. And I told her, you know, next time I come through, if she's really serious about being a driver, I'm going to give her my referral code, because I told her, you'll get a bonus and I'll get a bonus too. And there's only been one person that signed up under my referral code. So, I mean, it's not like I, you know, give out my referral code all that often, but this was just, it was just really nice to be able to just be myself, be who God created me to be, just loving people where they're at and who they are, but just showing Jesus to them. So now that I have my coffee and I've shared that, I am going to go ahead and flip on, get my my first ride for the morning. I'm probably going to be working all day. I did remember really quick, let me show you this. I did remember this morning, we're going to be starting this today. I am in devotional. This is from the Voice of the Martyr. So, whenever I get to the airport today, I will be starting to read this devotion book. It's a 90-day devotional. And so I'll probably be able to read maybe 3 or 4 a day. So it might take me a couple of weeks to get through this, but I've already got a playlist set up for this. And I'll just have to remember to go in and, put the videos in the playlist, because this is about our persecuted brothers and sisters in other countries. So be sure to, watch those. I got the Power of a Praying Parent and the Power of a Praying Wife all done. Those are each in their own playlist on my channel. So if you haven't checked out those, very short, like 2 to 3 minute videos, just going over the prayers, because it's important we pray for our husbands and our wives as well as our children. So those are done. And so later today I will be starting on the Voice of the Martyrs, the 90-day devotional. So all right, you guys take care. And I think I saw Bill, hey Bill, saw you in here. So, okay, just wanted to share that about, what it's been like for me, ride sharing for Jesus. It's been an honor. It's been a blessing. And I know God will continue to bless my employment and the other ventures that he's, starting to lead me towards. He's going to bless that too. But I have to always just keep listening for what he tells me I am to do. So, all right, I'll see you guys later. Let me see what you said. Yep. Evangelism in your place of employment. God will open the doors for you to be able to do it, no matter where you are at. Even if you're in line at the grocery store, it will happen. You just have to look for those open doors, and you may only be able to plant like one little seed, like, you know what, I'm going to pray for you. And that's all you say. Or like just a little while ago, I said, to the girl was a little scared about doing what I do. I said, well, yeah, I am smart, but I pray that God protects me. That was a seed that was planted. And so maybe the next time I see her, maybe I'll be able to say a little bit more. So, all right, you guys take care. Until the next time, you take care and God bless.